What's going on, friends? In today's bite-sized video, we're going to be going over how to invest your first $1,000 on Robinhood. So you may notice from my last video that I'm still wearing the same pink shirt. That's just because I'm trying to batch record for you guys since I'm starting school this week. Like I said in my last video, I don't know if you guys heard this. This is probably me talking to a past audience, but basically I'm trying to record a bunch of episodes so that I can actually focus on my schoolwork since this is my senior semester in college. I'm only 22 years old, but I have been investing with Robinhood since I was about 19. So I'm not affiliated in any way with Robinhood, but I do have my own referral link. The actual limit to how much money you can get from referrals is only $500, so you're not going to become rich from referring people to Robinhood, but you will most likely get some really good either dividend paying stocks or some growth stocks for free just for having other people sign up with your own link. So why $1,000? You know, what's the significance in that? Well, the sad truth is So why did I choose $1,000 for this video? You know, why didn't I just go with another arbitrary number like either $500 or maybe even $20,000? Well, it turns out that most Americans don't actually have enough money saved over to cover emergency expenses such as like $1,000 or $1,500. So if you do have that kind of money already saved up in the bank, this video is for you because I'm going to show you what to do with your first $1,000 that you want to actually invest in Robinhood. So I talked about it in a video in the past, but why would you want to actually go with dividend investing? Well, the truth is that it's not only reliable, but it cash flows, which means you have a consistent amount of money coming in, but it's also a secure source of income. So when I talk about security, I don't mean that, you know, it's literally locked up and has a data pad on it and you have to sign in to get into it. I just mean that it's a reliable source of income, and when someone pays out a dividend, you know that they are actually able to pay that money. A company can't just give you money if they don't have any money to give. That company would go bankrupt. And that has actually happened before. I can't remember the name of the company, but it happened a long time ago, back when the 2000s tech bubble burst. It was a non-dividend paying company that everyone kind of grew up on and everyone invested in it, and then when the tech bubble burst, it crashed, they went bankrupt, and it turned out that they were falsifying their actual financial information. Well, it turns out that a dividend paying company can't do that because all of their records are public knowledge. Every quarter you get a quarterly earnings report, and in that report you see all of their financial information. A company can't lie there because if they do, the SEC will investigate it and they'll get delisted from the stock market. They don't want to do that. Why would they want to lose money? So you can trust a dividend paying company as long as they have a reliable dividend. So sadly, there's no end all be all way to invest, you guys. I wish I could just tell you to invest in XYZ stock and then next week you'll double your money, but that's not really practical or possible for me to do.
Nice.
I can't have the foresight to tell you what's going to happen in the stock market next week, but I can give you some reliable information, some decent stock picks, and then more to go on so you can form your own opinion because, like I say, this video is not financial advice, it is just my own financial opinion. So when it comes to picking individual stocks, I have a few that I'm really fond of, like Coca-Cola, Pfizer, AT&T, Realty. I'll probably show all of them on the screen over here when I'm editing it in. But these are all single companies, so it's one actual company. AT&T is their own company. Realty is their own company. Although it's a real estate business, it is its own company. It's not an exchange-traded fund, which would be a basket of stocks. It is a single company. So why would you want to invest in something that is just a single company? Well, generally speaking, there is going to be more volatility, which means more ups and more downs, which will give you a chance to make more money. But there's also going to be a bigger dividend, usually, just because that is the own business. Now, it's really hard to explain this one, but if you guys will look at ETFs, you'll see that they're often not going to have an extremely high dividend yield just because it's a bunch of stocks and then they have the average of that dividend yield put in there for their own dividend yield. Now, picking single stocks, if you pick a lot of winners, can be very, very beneficial. But if you pick losers, you can also lose a lot of money. That's why I often recommend a buy and hold strategy where you do a lot of research on the stock that you're about to buy, whether it's something like Realty or AT&T, which are both very reliable dividend paying companies. You do your own due diligence and then you see, hey, you know, am I going to get a reliable dividend from it? Am I going to get the cash flow that I want from it? Is it a growth stock or is it, like I said, a dividend paying stock? And then what can I really get out of this investment? You know, if I put in a certain amount of money, what's the return on investment? How many years is it going to take for me to make my money back? Or how many months is it going to take for me to make my money back? You know, I can't tell you that Tesla's going to go all the way to 5,000 next week, but it's at 1,500 right now, so you never really know what's going to happen. Last month, it was at just 300, so who knows what's going to happen. So another thing that you can invest in on Robinhood if you're not confident with picking your own individual stocks would be something like a whole market ETF. So when it comes to whole market ETFs, there is a lot to choose from. In a previous video, I showed you guys VTI, but there's also VU, and then there's going to be ARK. ARK is a great ETF centered around the actual advancement of technology. If you guys are looking to invest in something like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, but you don't want to invest in individual stocks, you could always go for something like ARK because they're going to have all of those stocks in a basket, which will help you hedge your associated risk with your investment. So there's more to it than just single stocks, and there's more to it than just market ETFs. There's actually a whole nother section called sector ETFs. So a sector would be something like the energy sector or the tech sector or the consumable sector, just any type of individual piece of the whole economy. So you might have something like XLI, which is going to be a stock market ETF that's going to track all of the industrials, or you could have XLE, which is another sector spider ETF that's going to track all of your energy stocks. So these are all great investments, but please do your own due diligence before you make any final investment decisions. So guys, that about does it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like rating down below and your response in the comment section below. I go through each comment individually, read them all, and try to respond to each one that I can. If you guys got something awesome out of today's video, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all future releases, and I'll see you all in the next video.